Hi, I'm Cameron McKenzie. I'm the author of What is WebSphere and a variety of exam scam certification guides. I'm also the webmaster of pulpjava.com, examscam.com as well. I'd really love it if you headed over to my website and picked up a couple of copies off my book. You can get them on Amazon, but always ship them out a bit faster if you buy them directly off of our website. We always appreciate that anyways. What I'd like to do right now is I'd actually like to show you how to create a stateful session bean. I've actually got a Java bean right here. It's got an instance variable, some funky methods, just a timer, gets elapsed time, gets start time, it's a fairly simple, straightforward Java bean. I want to show you how we could transition this into an enterprise Java bean, a stateful session bean, and take advantage of some of the features of EJB, such as inherent remote distribution, security down to the method level, transaction management, multi-threaded nature, stuff like that. Now I've actually got a EJB module, a J2EE module here, but I don't have an EJB module associated with it. So I'm going to create a new EJB project, which is essentially call it exam scam EJB, and let me see, it's going to be associated with the exam scam EAR project. That's what I was looking for right there. EJB version 2.1. Client jar file, sure, that's fine as well. Click finish. This will create an EJB module for me. Basically, if you want to create EJBs, you have to have an EJB module or an EJB jar file that they can all be packaged in. And now I'm going to create a new. EJB. That's under the EJB Wizards. Enterprise Bean. The bean name is going to be the Stateful Timer. I'm not sure if there's two L's or one in stateful, but who knows. The package that we'll put this in will be com.examscam.ejb. Not too original, but it'll do. And it'll be part of the exam scam project. It is indeed a session bean. I'll click the next button. This one is actually going to be stateful. It'll be full of states, just like America. America's full of states, got 50 of them. No super type. It'll have a remote view, which means remote clients can access it. Not a good thing to do with an entity bean, your data, but with these it's useful. Also, one of the interesting things about an enterprise Java bean is that it's not just one Java class. It's actually 3 or more classes working together. You got your logic class, then you've got this home interface and this remote interface. The home interface is how you get access to sort of the business logic. That's you knock on the front door and you get it. And you also have this remote interface. Now, the remote interface usually has sort of the same name as the bean. I'm going to change that, just not emphasize that this is the remote interface, kind of break convention. But that's about it. Click all these next buttons, just see what it has for me. I'm going to create a web diagram. It always just takes time and I never use it. But I'm going to create a new EJB, and it's going to be based on my timer. Now, this is actually how easy it is to create an enterprise Java bean. Notice my Java bean here, just regular Java bean, has an instance variable called start time. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go into my EJB. There's my stateful timer bean. There's the code for it right there. And I've got all these interesting things to do with the EJB lifecycle, but the great thing about EJB is they do some fantastic stuff. You can ignore a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff. I mean, if you want to pass a cert exam, you got to know it. But I have an instance variable in my Java bean. I have an instance variable in my stateful timer EJB bean. I have a method called start. Well, over here I'm going to have a method called start as well. I've got a method called get start time. Throw in a method called get start time. You know, reset, get elapsed time, no problem. Add them in as well. Line for line, code for code, no change in the Java. There's no constructor. However, there's an EJB create method here, so if there's something you want to code into a constructor, you can do it there. I'm going to leave this be. I'm quite happy with the way this Java bean is. Now, one of the interesting things about an enterprise Java bean is just the fact that you code these methods into the logic class, which is what this bean class is. But if clients want to invoke these methods, they have to go through the remote interface. And so I've got this method called start here that I want clients to be able to invoke. I have to right click on this, select Enterprise Bean. It may just go off the screen there. But one of my options is promote to remote interface. And after doing that, you see a little R there. It means that's available remotely to clients. I want get start time to be available to clients as well. So I right click on it and select Enterprise Bean, promote to remote interface. Same with get elapsed time, Enterprise Bean, promote to remote interface, and even reset as well, Enterprise Bean, promote to remote interface. Now one thing often when people are new to EJB is they often promote everything, so they promote all these methods as well. Can't do that. Can't promote those lifecycle methods to the remote interface. Container takes care of lifecycle methods. So in order to access an EJB, you go through the home, you knock on its front door, you get access to it. After going through the home, you get access to something called the remote interface, and it's the remote interface where you call your business methods. Now that's about it actually. I mean, you call your EJBs, you go through the home, you get access to the remote interface, and Bob's your uncle. Now one of the things I'm going to do here is I'm just going to try and create some deployment code and see if this works. So you should always right click on your EJB and select deploy, and this will generate some deployment code for you. I think I might even make a couple of my errors go away, and indeed it did. And these little errors here I think are just has to do with that this particular class is importing some methods that it doesn't use. So if you go source, organize imports, kind of gets rid of that little error message that was kind of hanging around right there. But believe it or not, that's it. That's all you have to do to create a stateful session bean. It is so easy, and that's the beauty of Enterprise Java Beans. They allow you to do complicated things, but creating the actual bean is very, very easy. Now, in the next tutorial, I'll show you how you can create a stateless session bean, based one on the timer. Then I'll show you how you can actually test that timer as well. But in the meantime, I'd appreciate it if you go to www.pulpjava.com, or even go to scja.com or examscam.com, and please pick up a couple of copies of my book, charge it to your boss, and pick them up off my website. Also, they're available through Amazon.com as well. And that's about it for creating a stateful enterprise session bean. All I have to say now is happy WebSphere.